You want to talk about it?
I'd rather laugh about it.
Let's get a little dark about it
On the Traumedy Show.
Welcome to the Traumedy Show. I'm your co-host, Rachel Wilford.
I'm your other co-host, Megan Wilford.
And Megan's trying to shame me into believing that I'm not pop culturally relevant.
No, you are.
And you constantly shame me because I'm on a different internet than you.
I don't know what the fuck internet you're on, but to put this into context, like, you know, the trend on social media where it was like, give me my money, or what is it? Is it give me my money or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me my money. And then everyone cheers and it's like a prank and you wait until the person who doesn't know it and then you all laugh at them. It was like the #1 trend on TikTok last summer. And then it also made its way over Instagram. You had no idea.
I'd literally never seen it before, not once.
I wish I had more on the top of my head, but there's so many, like, you didn't know about the brother trend the other day. You didn't know about, what is it? There's just so many.
I seriously...
You don't know what's going on.
I don't know why I don't get the trending things. I literally think
It's
social
so
media
weird.
is like, you don't care what everyone else is doing. You want to see the original shit.
But that's not even true because we're trying to recreate trends all the time.
No, I know.
So then I'll be like, did you see this? We should do this. And you're like, I don't know what that is.
I know. I don't know. I literally think I need to go on Instagram and TikTok and type in like trending and like tell them that that's what I want to start seeing and like click on that shit and go through it and then it'll start serving it to me more.
Yeah. Were you kind of late to the Luigi Mangione trend too?
I wouldn't say super late, but like
you were not an
late.
early adopter.
I wasn't an early adopter of the Luigi Mangione trend, no.
I like to think I'm an early adopter for most like I knew about Demure before Demure was a thing.
100%.
For most people, like people still send me Demure reels all the time because I made such an impact because I was on the front. Like I saw it before it became popular.
You taught the public about Demure.
So then most of my Instagram followers learned about Demure from me first.
I certainly did.
And to this day, somewhat haunts me because I still get
like you're the Demure influencer.
The way that people send you like hot dog or corn dog content.
I mean both. It's really both. And Farquad
content. I also get Demure, which I'm not like upset about, but it is, will forever be flooding my DMs.
Yeah.
And you didn't know that Ariana Grande got nominated for the Best Supporting Actress in Wicked.
I knew that
for an Oscar.
What's her face? Cynthia
Erivo.
Yep. Elphaba, the main character, that she got nominated. I knew that
for an Oscar for Best Actress.
Yeah, I saw that on Chicks in the Office Instagram post
today.
Okay,
lol, I didn't know that.
See. Now there's something pop culturally relevant that I knew that you didn't know and about Wicked, no less.
Fine. I think I only saw that because I follow Ariana on Instagram and I saw it pop up. But we are trying to do more trendy videos, you guys, and we have some fun content we're going to post this weekend. I'm delighted. We had a fun little content day the other day.
Yeah, we are... now more than ever, just really trying to ramp shit up so that we can quit our corporate jobs at some point because we know that what we're doing here is good. And we are like exciting news. We're going to try to get our shit going on YouTube again.
Yes.
Try to get our shit going on TikTok again.
Yes.
Like we're
hustling,
straight up going for it.
I swear like January hit or like post Christmas and it was like, all right.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing this year.
And I quit my job and it just was like, full force.
Unfortunately, you're probably going to get another job soon here.
Yeah. But I feel like, I don't know, we're planting seeds. We're manifesting. We're really hustling and going hard.
I can't think about anything else. I mean, I'm almost, I'm like working. And then when I'm not working, I'm like, all right, oh, this idea for the podcast. Like I have ideas that pop up into my head at all times, which is why I'm trying to write them down in a note instead of just send it to you. Especially because, fun fact, my text thread with Rachel will not go past 24 hours of history. If anyone knows this, if anyone knows how to fix this, please DM me.
I literally think the ghost of Steve Jobs is like, this relationship must end because they are texting too much. They're going to crash the servers.
Literally, like,
stop being friends with your cousin.
One of my cosplay followers, he works at the Apple store and he's like a mega nerd and good at this stuff. And I was talking to him for a long time and he was trying to get me to go into my settings and fix it. Clearly, my text thread with you is a massive amount of data, like one of the biggest on my phone, period. But there's no reason why. So now I can even go back in history and see what I sent you. So I text you ideas about the podcast and it just disappears into the ether.
Yep, they're gone.
So there's that. But anyways, yes, we have lots of ideas.
We're reaching out to really cool guests. We have one that we're recording with on Saturday. I don't even want to spoil it, but it's really cool.
Yeah. She's got a pretty decent following on Instagram for a reason and makes some good content and has a good story to share. So we're excited.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. That's our little, like, I don't know,
current
Traumedy Show housekeeping.
Current events.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to do tiny trauma, tiny triumph.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, I guess, the life updates? I'll go first, I guess. I just had like 6 traumas pop into my head of like, oh, I could talk about my living room. The last like week and a half, everything I've ever owned just ended up being in my living room, piled basically to the ceiling because they needed to fix my patio for some reason. Basically destroy it. And
Your perfectly perfect patio?
It looks exactly like it did before. I think this is a conspiracy. They also put up like this wall, like a wood wall. So I couldn't even see what they were doing all day. And I'm like, what?
You're actually just men on your patio at all times.
And it lasted 9 days and I didn't have a living room that entire time. It took me about 3.5 hours to put it back. It was a disaster. During that same week also is when I did an intense round of allergy patch testing on my back. So like last week in general was just very, very tiny, traumatic. I was also working till 8 or 9 p.m. every night because I have a really big work event at my corporate job coming up. So that's been kicking my ass. I'm trying to find the source of my chronic eczema. If I got any other eczema girlies out there, shout out to This Shit Sucks. And
I was just about to say, or boilies.
Or boilies?
You said eczema girlies and I almost said, or boilies.
That's kind of funny, actually.
And then it is like a skin condition. Exactly. Boil.
Yeah. I always text Jacob, who was on our podcast a few episodes ago, because he also has eczema. And I always say, my brother and eczema, to like ask some eczema question. I've resorted to so many steroid creams and this cream and that cream and Eucerin and blah, blah, blah. Like it's ridiculous. And it's not only eczema, it's also, I have crazy allergies to shit. Also, I have crazy allergies to people and situations. And when I have a lot of migraines and sometimes they all happen at once.
Yeah, that's really fun. Smorgasbord.
Sometimes you like throw in like constipation or diarrhea as well.
Yeah. Or which is BV.
Oh yeah. Which is why I think I might have a bigger like immune problem. I don't know. But if I get really stressed out, my whole system just goes like, nope. And that's when I like break out in eczema, hives, flares, but I also have all these other symptoms. So I was trying to go to the doctor to get that figured out. Basically, after 5 days of uncomfortable, itchy patches on my back and all this testing, she just was like, you have a mild allergy to beeswax, but it's not really anything that's going to do. Like it ended up being really mild.
Yeah.
And so nothing I'm putting on my body is causing these issues. The thing that actually, I don't even want to admit this, but I feel like I need to for my brothers and sisters in eczema.
Your girlies and your boilies in eczema.
My girlies and my boilies with the hives. The thing that has helped the most so far is beef tallow.
Oh yeah. Expose yourself.
Which is like, I'm a vegetarian, right? I mean, I'm pescatarian, but I definitely don't associate with beef. And I have been, I've been rubbing rendered beef fat onto my face and body. Ew.
Which is really big of you to share.
Just goes to show how vain I am again, but not mostly it's an itchy comfort. I just need
the lengths that we will go to for our own vanity.
Well, I also drink collagen in my coffee every day, which is ground up cow bone. So I don't eat beef, but apparently I drink it. I drink it. I drink the liquefied version, and I put the liquefied version on my face. But it's supposed to be
still ingesting it.
That's really gross. Yeah. Every time I put it on at night, I always just kind of like I have to disassociate and be like, don't think of the cow, don't think of the fat. But it really helps because it mimics your own skin's barrier, and there's so many vitamins and nutrients. And I guess like a lot of our chemical made skin products are often just like mimicking what the nutrients and fat. I don't know. It's gross, but it's been helping. So actually an Instagram follower, a Traumedy Show follower recommended it to me.
Oh my God,
and
shout out.
I can't remember who it was, but yeah, that's part of the reason why.
That's cool.
And then I looked
and
it up.
It is really helping?
It is actually.
Okay, that's rad.
It's been a lot better the last like 6 days. And I'm like, shit.
Damn, shout out to beef tallow.
Beef tallow and collagen. Like I am can't stop me.
In the beef tallow, la 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 low.
I wear the beef tallow all over my body. Gross.
I'll never stop it now. How does this always become a singing podcast? Like pretty much every episode.
It's because it's
us.
Who we are. That was all of my traumas. I think that was long. Sorry. That just was like a whole ass
tiny
update.
Traumas segment.
My God. My triumph is that I had therapy today, and I very bravely suggested to my therapist, like, I think I want to do every other week instead of every week. Which was a big deal because I've been doing every week with the same therapist for over 2 years. Ever since I was considering leaving my ex-husband is when I started this therapist. I was like in my affair still and struggling so much. And like she has gotten me through. I mean, I have, but she's been there as a support system. And so it's to the point now where we have these like weekly yap sessions, and I always have so much shit to talk about, but it's like we just kind of talk therapy back at each other. Like I'll tell her what happened, and then I'll tell her how I processed it, and I'll tell her why I didn't let that get to me sometimes. And because I use the same things she's taught me in order to ask myself the right questions and to get over it. So I was like, how do you think about every other week? And she's like, I think that's a good idea. Like I have no objections whatsoever. I think you're doing really well, and I think you're ready for that.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. You've come a long way.
I have. I really would enjoy talking to her every week for the rest of my life. Like it's a fun, but it's an expensive conversation. So yeah.
Yeah, because it's not fully covered by your insurance.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that is an expensive conversation.
Yes.
To have weekly.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's weird. We have like no original anything because I'm in the same place. Like I keep...
You also rub beef tallow all over.
I rub beef tallow all over myself while in therapy, actually. My therapist and I do it together. No,
therapist and I do it together. It's a part of her...
It's a part of my healing journey.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep. Body, mind, soul.
Body, mind, tallow.
Bind, Madi. Okay. Yeah. So I'm collect myself. Yeah, I do. I'm kind of in the same spot where I've been going to therapy, and like I walk in and I'm like not in crisis for the first time in like a year and a half. I'm in like a stable time of life for the most part, besides just like up and quitting my job. But yeah, so I also have been cutting back on therapy. The first time was because I was like gone for a while, so I didn't have therapy for like 3 weeks or whatever, or schedules conflicted. And now this time I kind of have just like ghosted my therapist on a next session because I have so much going on. Yeah. And I don't feel like I need it right now. Yeah. But I am going to go back. I just don't think that I really need to be going every week. Totally. Like anymore. I'll probably go to every other week like you are.
And we'll do that
once
for a while.
A month or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love her. I owe everything to her. I don't think I'm ever going to just like stop therapy entirely.
Yeah. But there's probably going to be phases in our life where we feel like we need it more.
Yeah.
I imagine like motherhood or marriage or things like that, like big life events. Like you and I went through a huge life event. It makes sense why we needed it so much. This is the first time I've ever felt confident to take a step back from therapy, actually. So it's like wild to think that we are growing, learning, what?
Yeah, what? We can like handle stuff.
Process shit.
Now? What?
At this rate, I just ask myself the same questions my therapist would literally ask me anytime something happens. So it's like I just kind of almost know exactly what she would say.
You're therapizing yourself
Pretty
in the
much.
moment.
So that's, I guess, both of our tiny triumph.
For sure.
You have another one though.
Yeah. My tiny triumph is that I've had several job interviews this week.
Let's go.
Which is really, really
capitalism.
Good. Yeah. Because it's been quite a while, honestly, of me applying to things, like 6 months of me applying and interviewing. And I had, up until this point, only had like 2 interviews. And they didn't pan out, obviously. So I was getting discouraged. It has been a while.
Yeah.
But along the way, I've started like completely revamping my resume, trying that. And then it was like, okay, I really need to build out a portfolio. So I like did kind of a half-ass one. And then once I put in my notice to my job, then I like really built out a robust portfolio. That was like a website and it looked really good. And I started rewriting my cover letter templates too. And now I'm getting responses like left and right, which is really awesome. So I think my portfolio is really helping. But yeah, I have a couple promising job leads, which is
2 interviews
great.
tomorrow.
I have 2 tomorrow. One is a follow-up too. So it's good. So that's my triumph for sure.
We have a you and me episode. You might have a
maybe
update.
That would be really cool.
That would be cool.
I hope so. One of them is for this like healthcare startup company, which would be really awesome to get into because I've never really like talked about the industry I'm necessarily in.
I know we've literally never really talked about our jobs.
No, I feel like I can now because I'm like not going to be working there anymore. But I've been in healthcare for 7 years in marketing, so. There's this startup healthcare job that I'm like super qualified for, so hopefully they like me. But that's my triumph. And then my trauma is we were gonna talk about the snip snap of TikTok getting taken down and then put back up. And
what the fuck was that?
It was the biggest false alarm of all time.
It was like a huge stunt. Like it was so purposefully over dramatic to manufacture this response out of all of us. And then to make it political of like, sorry, TikTok's down right now, but we're going to work really hard with Trump to get it back. And then like 8 hours later, thanks, President Trump. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, it really kind of felt like they set it up so that he could just kind of be the hero and swoop in and save the day.
But then it's my understanding that there's still all these conversations about like, well, TikTok still needs to be bought. This isn't like solved forever.
It needs to be in the US.
Yeah.
Not owned by China anymore.
They're gonna figure it out. It's such a huge revenue driver.
Yeah.
Like it's like a business. It's a platform that makes a lot of money. So, but it was so like fucking dramatic.
Trump basically like bought them time kind of and like pardoned them for a second so they could figure it out. And then it was weird. We were seeing like Mr. Beast like made an all cash offer to buy TikTok.
I didn't see that. That's the thing you saw that I didn't.
That was a relevant pop culture moment that I saw and showed you in the moment. It kind of feels like one big like peacocking thing now where everybody's like, I'm going to try to buy TikTok and I'm going to try to buy TikTok and no, I want it and I'm going to show you how much money I have. Doesn't it kind of feel like that?
Well, it's like when Musk bought Twitter.
Yeah.
It's similar vibes of like, well, I'm going to... And then look what happened on Twitter. It's a nightmare at this point. So it's
stupid. He rebranded it as X, but everybody still calls it Twitter.
No one's going to call it X.
Also, like, I hate the fact that it was like, oh, you go on Twitter and you tweet. What do? You go on X and you post?
Good point.
I hate it. Like every time I'm trying to use like Twitter as a verb, tweet, but it's X now. Like, what are you supposed to say?
Ew. What do you say when you post on Threads? Is it I just post on Threads?
I guess it's the same thing with like Instagram and Facebook. Like, oh, I just posted I didn't, Facebook or whatever, you don't use that as a verb really, but Twitter, you tweeted.
Yeah.
So now, like, I don't know, that was so ingrained in our brains because Twitter has been around forever.
Fuck Twitter. Well,
yeah.
Fuck X.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to move on now. We have actually a
lot of updates.
So many fun housekeeping updates.
Megan, dating updates. Last time it was just you and me. I was like, dating's going really good right now. At that time, I was still talking to 2 people and I had just gone on 2 back-to-back first dates. I don't do this. I'm not just like going on 1,000 dates all the time, you guys. It just ended up like that. And I hadn't like decided between the 2. And I was kind of worried that they were both listening or something. So I was like being a little coy about it. Anyway, I ended up getting really excited about this person I was dating. And we will call him James. And I met James. We matched on Hinge like a week or so before Christmas. And then our schedules didn't really allow us to go on a date before Christmas, before I went to Idaho and had brown Christmas. So yes.
The lore of brown Christmas.
The lore of brown Christmas. He knew I had norovirus.
He knew you had brown Christmas?
He didn't know how brown it was. He could have put 2 and 2 together and, figured it out. At that point, I was still being all cute and demure about it. What? I don't poop, nor do I poop my pants.
And especially not on Christmas.
No, sir. Not me. We were texting a lot, like leading up to our first date. He and I already had seriously like gone through almost every fucking topic because we were vibing. So we were both like really excited and like, oh man, this person really like, we were both super attracted to each other, had the same interests and hobbies, and they were religion, kids, life, personalities. Our zodiac signs were really compatible. And he was really into that. So much so that before our first date, we already had, I think it was before our first date, but he already sent me a friend request on CoStar, which is like a zodiac app where you match with your friends to see like how compatible you are. And you like read each other's daily horoscopes. So he was very into horoscopes. And he was like, you and I are maximum compatibility, soulmate level, blah, blah, blah. I was like, great. So I was very excited about this person. And we had just gone on our first date, I think after you and I recorded our last podcast. And I was like smitten hard. We went to sushi. It was great. We closed down the restaurant. Eventually we were like, let's go to a bar. And we were in like Laguna Beach area. And we were just talking until like 2 a.m. We just could not shut up. We just had so much to talk about and say. And it was so sweet. And we ended up having like our first kiss in the middle of me talking. At some point, we just kind of like locked eyes and this like magic moment happened. And we leaned in holding hands and like kissed for a little bit. And it's like, they talk about like the spark or the electricity. And it was so there. I was like, and then he and I were just giggling about how cute it was. And then we ended up like making out by my car for 10 minutes or something finally. And then I was like, okay, like he's like, I'm a gentleman, you need to go. And I was like, oh my God. And then James and I, we both had really busy weeks. I think it was New Year's Eve and we just had a lot going on. So we couldn't have our second date until like a week later. So we continued to just text like all fucking day. Like we just were pretty, like he was sending good morning, good night texts. It was a very like consistent communication level. We had our second date and we went to go see the Lion King movie. And then we went and got dinner. And again, it was like the same as before where the chemistry was so there, at least what I thought. And I won't drag it on. It was really there and I was really excited. And then I invited him back to my place and didn't plan on having sex with him at this point, but I knew it was an option in the back of my head and I was just waiting to see how I felt about it. And we just continued to talk and chat and drink wine. And I think I initiated or he did. It was definitely mutual though and like consensual. And We ended up having sex on our second date. And it, again, was just like mind blowing. Like I was so
smitten.
I was so smitten. And this was like the first time that I had connected so quickly with a new person, especially sexually, especially compared to the bodyguard, where I was like, oh, I don't even think I have a red flag at this point. And we were just so connected. And like when he left after we had sex, it was very sweet and intimate. We were hugging and he's like, I'll text you soon. And then he texts me again that night and he's like, it was so amazing. He texts me in the morning, good morning. And I think that's when I send you a voice memo, Thelonious. And I'm like, I'm really trying not to freak out, but like I could see this being my husband. So our second date was Friday. That's when we slept together. Saturday morning, he sends a good morning text. And then I don't hear from him until that night at like 7 p.m., which I knew he had work, but that was still unusual compared to other patterns. Typically, he would send a check-in at like lunchtime or on breaks or whatnot. But he was not today. And I was really trying not to freak out. I was like regulating my emotions. And I'm like, maybe he has a busy day, whatever. He finally sends me a text at like 7 and is like, so sorry, like today's been crazy, blah, 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 blah. And then I think that was the last I heard from him. And I was like, that's okay. He's probably just busy and he just crashed and he's tired. It's so fine. Don't worry about it. And then the next day, Sunday, I was like, I'm going to wake up from a text from him because I'm going to bed at 3 a.m. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to see a missed text and I'm going to be like, everything's fine. And also at this point, he and I had already like talked about plans in a couple days as well. So we were very like, and then I wake up and there's no text. And I have this like pit in my stomach where I'm like, uh-oh. Don't panic. And this was Sunday. And I think I was like kind of trying to push off this anxiety and depression and panic all day long. Like I was trying so hard to be like, you don't know this person, that he should not have this much power over me yet. And I was like aware of that. And I was aware that I was slipping and that he did have that much power. And I was like, oh shit. Uh-oh. Like I hadn't heard from him by 4 p.m. and I was gonna like lose my mind. And I think Sunday night, I was definitely crying. I was like, okay, it's been a day.
Like he's probably ghosting me.
The reality started to set in of like, we're running out of excuses here.
Yeah.
Of work, crisis, whatever. Interestingly, his Instagram was public when we were dating, like on our first couple dates. I went to go check on Sunday and it was private. And I was like, And
because you guys weren't Instagram friends, but you had found it.
I had found him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like it's not that.
Yeah, it's you.
And then Monday morning, when I woke up and I saw that he had still not texted me, I started bawling. Like it was a straight up, it was like a solid 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. cry session before my work day. Because I was like, oh my God, okay, I got ghosted. I guess this sounds, I don't know if this is like privileged for me to say, or I know this is a really common experience amongst adults who have dated, but this was my first time getting ghosted. By someone with such a connection like this. Like I've been on first dates before where it was like mutually not it and we didn't follow up. But this was certainly the first time where he and I had a strong connection. Maybe it was only like 3.5 weeks. Sure. Like it was not a long time, but at the same time, like you can connect with somebody pretty intensely in that amount of time. And we were pouring a lot into each other.
Especially when you had literally just been physically intimate.
Yeah.
Like that's like your one of the most vulnerable things that you can do with the person. And then the very next day he just like dips.
Bro, you were inside of me 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And now
and talking about going to Europe this summer and now all of a sudden
now
like you can't send a text.
Yeah. You straight up ghost me. And it was a pain. I was so deeply hurt. Like,
yeah, rightfully so.
It really was devastating. And it kind of shook me. It was a huge mind fuck because like I've been through a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
I've been through some hard things, and like even like breaking up with Alex last summer, like he was my first like real official relationship after my ex-husband, and like this hurt way more. This was the most I have been hurt since my divorce, easily.
Well, because this was like a fat rejection is really what it was. Like with Alex, like you broke up with him, and you know, although that's hard, like you were the one making the decision.
Yeah.
This one was like it felt like a decision was made, but without any sort of communication that a decision was being made.
Yeah.
And it was like immediately after you had been super vulnerable, and you like your heart was on the line now too.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was a callous rejection.
And it was so hurtful that he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
That he wasn't thinking about, how is this affecting me right now? Was too much of a little bitch, honestly.
Zero courtesy.
And of course I'm going through my head and I'm like, oh, did I just get played? Did he just want sex? And great.
Of course you're thinking that.
That's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I feel disgusted. Like I'm furious. But it's just like that he didn't have the decency to tell me, because then you're just wondering, and then you're like, oh my God, is he fucking dead?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I think it was maybe Tuesday or maybe Monday evening or Tuesday morning that my friend Irving at work, he is like, my friend who lives in Mexico City, he follows you and me in like the podcast, but we don't have any other mutuals. I'm like, there's no way that James is going to know that this is like my spy.
Well, because he unfollowed all of us too.
So Irving unfollowed us, and then he went to go follow James, because I'm like, can you please just tell me if he's like in the fucking hospital or something? No, he's meal planning. He's
posting
getting
all over his story.
Oh, he's at the gym. He's getting cookies.
The gym down the street
from
gym,
us. Yes. And I was like, okay, cool.
You're around the corner.
Okay.
I could walk to you right now if I wanted to. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's kind of sad to admit, but I was not okay. I was so hurt and sad. I could not stop crying. All day Monday, all day Tuesday.
It's also one of those things that you can't even fathom, because it's like, I would never do this to a person.
No.
Even if I like, from your perspective, like, oh, I slept with somebody and, you know, it wasn't there. Like, I don't know what to do. You would send a text and like end it kindly.
And I'm not this early on in dating. I know that he and I intensely connected, but I'm not owed necessarily like a long explanation of why it's not a fit. Mm-hmm. I'm not expecting him to be like, I'm so sorry, but I think that your passion for blah, blah, blah doesn't align for mine, but blah, 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 or our sex wasn't good, or like, there's no reason to need to say that. It is literally so easy to go to fucking ChatGPT and say, help me nicely end this with this person.
There's really no excuse these days. Like, have AI help you. Literally.
There's so many templates online. It's insane. Mm-hmm. And no, it's not fun to send that text. A part of modern dating is communication. Mm-hmm. You don't need to tell me all the reasons why you don't think it's going to work, but you do need to say, Megan, I've really appreciated our time together. I think you're a lovely person. I just don't think you're my person. And I know someone great is out there for you. I really genuinely wish you the best. Mm-hmm. That's all you have to say. And that would hurt.
Period.
That would make me cry.
Of course.
But I would be like way less hurt than just callous rejection, not have the decency to text me after we have sex.
Days in anguish, just wondering.
Yes. I think I eventually texted him late. Was it Tuesday night that we had that dinner at your parents' house? Mm-hmm. Late Tuesday night. Because it was like no question that he had ghosted me at this point. Like he and I had been texting so much every day. And then it was like basically 3 days. And I went back and forth about saying something. I'm very non-confrontational. I don't like to stir the pot. I don't like to be rude. I like to just always be kind and empathetic. But this hurt me so badly. I was just like, I want him to know that he hurt me. Mm-hmm. I really do. And I I want him to not do this to anybody else. Like if I can slightly make the dating pool a little bit better in this world and like make sure that he knows that that wasn't okay, then, and also I just wanted it for myself. So I wrote, by now I can assume you either don't see a potential relationship with me anymore or you got exactly what you wanted after we had sex, so now you're done. Either way, it's fucked up to not say anything and to leave me to wonder. It's not hard to send a text. You're a 35-year-old man acting like an immature child who doesn't know how to communicate. It's ironic that your Hinge bio says you're looking for meaningful connections and someone with empathy when clearly you are lacking in those departments. I truly hope you don't do this to any other woman. Bye, James. I sincerely do not wish you the best. I did edit it after that and I took out some of the stuff so it was like slightly less harsh, but
that was pretty much
that was more or less it. Yep. My favorite line was the like, I sincerely do not wish you the best, because that's always the line you send when you do break up with somebody.
Wish you all the best.
Nicely. Like I genuinely wished you. And typically that's true. In this case, it wasn't.
No.
I was like,
no, we wish him the worst.
And then he had some bullshit response and was like, Megan, I didn't mean to leave you hanging. I just, was thinking a lot about if it was a good fit and I wanted to handle this with empathy. He said that twice. He's like, I really just wanted to handle this with empathy and find the right way of telling you this without making you think that you needed to change. More or less kind of like saying there's something about you I didn't like and I didn't know how to tell you that. And so instead I just said nothing, which is also like, A, there's no reason to tell me that there's something about me you don't. Like it just, and he ended the text with, I just wanted to handle this with empathy.
Which you didn't, sir.
Which is the exact opposite of what you did. It's just kind of shocking to me that as someone who touts himself as this like emotionally mature, like evolved feminist man, that something like that is so basic, he couldn't do. And I probably hurt his feelings sending that. And I hope he doesn't do that again. And maybe I was too harsh. I don't know. But it felt good for me to say that. I don't regret it. I think and since then I have definitely fully healed. I processed a lot, like really quick. And then even after I got that text, it was like the new processing of, okay, I have my answer. I don't think he just wanted to fuck me. Like there was something about me. Maybe it was because I had a podcast.
Maybe
it's because who the fuck knows?
Who the fuck knows?
But then I had to reprocess this person I really genuinely liked did not like me back, which is probably a universal experience. I mean, it's happened before when I was like a kid, but since I've been single for the first time, this is the first time that something like this has happened. So it was like, wow. And as a people-pleasing person, that really hurt. But I grew. I got over it. In therapy, my therapist, as I knew she would say, what does that say about you? Does that change anything? Does that mean you're not likable or not lovable or are not going to find your person? I'm like, no, it doesn't mean anything about me. That's his problem. Like it's just takes some time for it to settle in. But really, I think in the end, and I said this in therapy, I actually felt grateful for the experience because it was really painful. It was so painful. But I also learned how to start avoiding those habits, maybe how to not let myself get so emotionally invested so quickly. I'm trying hard to change that habit in little ways that I can. And then I also feel like I have more empathy for people who go through this, who've gone through it multiple times, who've been ghosted, who think that something's going to work out and then it doesn't. And just like that devastating feeling of, I had such high hopes for what this could have been. I started to envision my life with this person and then it didn't work out. Because like you and I, with our last long-term relationships, we saw what it was going to be. We tried everything and it didn't work out. There's something kind of painful when you end a situationship or when you see potential in a person, in a partner, in a relationship, and then it doesn't happen. It's like, I don't know, especially if they don't choose you, if they break up with you.
It's like the reality that could have been, but it'll never be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you're like left kind of stuck a little bit in this, like, what was unlovable about me. And I built up this reality in my head and now it's gone. So I have a lot of empathy for just people who've been in the modern dating scene for years or have gone through a lot of this. And there's probably a lot of more men in their 30s who don't have the emotional maturity to send a fucking text. I'm sure this won't be my last time running into this, but I feel like I grew from it and made me, I think, a little bit more grounded in my reality now, because I was so invested in that reality that he and I were going to have that even as I'm like talking to someone on Hinge right now quite a bit, actually way less than what James and I were doing. I think our texting communication is way more appropriate for two people who have not gone on a date yet. We have a date scheduled this weekend. I have a really good feeling about him. We had a really good FaceTime. He seems very emotionally mature, but I'm also trying very hard to be grounded in the, like, I'm not going to get ahead of myself and envision this future and start to think, oh, this could be it, or make up ideas of who he is in my head because I don't clearly know him yet.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do that and still just be so focused on my friends, my life, what I have going on, and just not over texting him at this point and getting used to these patterns. Because clearly I was used to these, like, daily texts and I was dependent on it to the point where
also totally a dopamine hit.
Yes.
So when he wasn't texting you, you're like desperately wanting that little dopamine fix and you're not getting it, and it makes you feel crazy.
Who's that one podcast dating?
Sabrina Zohar.
Yes. Sabrina Zohar talks about this a lot, of like, when you're early dating and you get so, you need that text in order to feel good about yourself, in order to have a good day, to not have anxiety. That's not really a good sign that you're fully emotionally regulated right now. And, like, understanding what this, like, in a healthy way, approaching this. There are times sometimes where two people hit it off on a first date. And that's what I say in my heart occasionally, because I know, like, you and Bullseye hit it off really well. You were still guarded longer, but I know that, like, Jacob and Alexis, their first date was, like, amazing. It just went, like, really fast, and then they got married 6 months later. So, like, sometimes that can happen, but I got hurt so badly a couple weeks ago that I have to learn how to, like, protect myself in the future. It was like a little hard lesson. That was a long explanation, but that is what happened and what I learned from it.
It's beautiful.
Megan's little dating corner.
I mean, it's only been a couple weeks since that, and
it feels like it's been a year. Right. Which is wild.
Yeah, because that was kind of a big thing that happened, and you're like, I'm okay now, but a couple weeks ago, you were not.
Oh my God. So, I was like in the depths of despair.
Yeah. No, I know. We had several phone calls where one of them, I was like in the bank. And I was like depositing money with you on the other line. I'm like, you're sobbing into my ear. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you can set up an appointment with me in the banker. That's sure. That's fine. Thelonious, it's going to be okay.
I remember. I think that was like Monday maybe or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was not okay.
No.
But I feel way, way, way better. I didn't even cry talking about it just now. I almost did, but
it's good.
So yeah, we're learning and we're growing. I'll keep you guys posted on my date this weekend. I'm excited about it, but I'm not too excited.
Yep. You're a healthy level of excitement.
I am a healthy level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to transition to trauma bonding now because we have quite a little bit in our arsenal to go through, which is really exciting. We love hearing from you guys. Every time we get a little trauma bonding email, Megan and I get so excited.
So excited, but also it's like so sad.
Totally. But we love that you guys are listening.
Okay, I haven't heard this before yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this person wants to be anonymous or not, but so we're just going to keep her anonymous just in case, and we'll call her Crystal. Hi, girls. You are the best, and I've been binging your podcast. It's been about 2 months, but I met this guy on Tinder 2 years ago. We moved in together after 2 months. Looking back, it was love bombing, but at the time it felt so real and right. We go on living our beautiful life. We're traveling the world since I am a travel agent. We're doing all the things, talking about babies and marriage and planning our life together. I get a random "Hey girly" direct message on Instagram from one of his employees about 2 months ago. So this is like really recent that this happened to her.
Wait, how long? They had been together for 2 years now at this point. Not married, but
together, like living together.
okay.
So 2 months ago, she gets this DM from this girl. He owns a restaurant and this girl is a waitress. And essentially, they had been hooking up for about 3.5 months. And when I tell you this man is not a social man and we had the locations and all the things, I was so mind blown at where and when this could even be happening. It turns out they have actively been sleeping together in the basement of the restaurant and in the office. He was telling her he was breaking up with me as we were planning our future together. I ate in the restaurant regularly and she said hello to me. A week before I found out everything, he took family pictures with my whole family. And the day before I found out, he sent me a message saying, "I'm so grateful you're my life partner. I love you so much, baby." Gross.
Wow.
It was kind of crazy, but I was messaging the girl for a couple hours just to find out all the information I could. The next morning, I woke up, packed 2 suitcases, and left and blocked him. And I have not spoken to him since, nor will I ever, which is such a boss bitch move.
Oh, I just got chills.
I had a friend reach out to him so I could go and move all my stuff out while he wasn't home, and he was upset that his clothes hangers were gone. We did also take his chargers, oven mitts, and toilet paper to be annoying. This has obviously been heartbreaking, but it's the best thing that could happen for me because, as we know, our future partner is not a cheater and a liar. It's so hard to wrap your head around the details when these things happen, but at the end of the day, everything happens the way it should. I am back in my own place, in my own peace, and there is something to be said for the feelings that your body gives you when it knows that something is wrong. Glad we could trauma bond. Love ya, Crystal.
So this happened 2 months ago?
Yeah. Well, we got this email now a month ago, so it's been 3 months. But 3 months.
That's so devastating.
Totally. And I'm glad she found our podcast at the right time.
Seriously. I wonder if it was from a reel or something about infidelity and
I'm forgetting. She was DMing us a lot, like as she's been going through them.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And she was like, Uncle Chris's episode was so awesome.
Yes.
And yeah. She's been interacting with us a lot, which is really cute. And so
yeah, I got full body chills from that. That's so sad. And like we talk about infidelity a lot on this podcast. It's like a big theme in it. To do all of that and like actively, he was hurting the person he was having the affair with, the other woman, and then also the person he's with, like currently with his partner, and like at the same time making these plans. Clearly was not planning on, didn't seem like he was planning on breaking up with her. He was probably just stringing along this other person to have sex and get it. And it is really heartbreaking to think of someone doing that and not like, it didn't seem like he feels guilty. Like, what the heck?
He's just mad about his clothes hangers. Crazy. Yeah. It's diabolical. It's really sad. I'm super sorry that happened to you. But yeah, that's not your person, even though he was telling you that you were.
And my therapist would say something to the effect of, that says nothing about you and your worth. And what, like, if you're a good partner, if you deserve love and like fidelity, like clearly he has got some issues that he needs to work through. He needs to take a hard fucking look at himself and figure it out and grow. But that does not mean anything about you and your value. And I'm really glad that you found out. It sucks to probably find out, especially in that way. But I hope you're able to grow and heal, and that your next partner will be able to like help you establish trust.
I'm glad that girl told you too. Like she could have easily not. Like obviously it's, icky that they were doing what they were doing at all. But
I was thinking that too.
It's like what he was telling you, all the stuff he was telling her and how he was kind of like manipulating her and stuff too. So I'm glad that she was, at the end of the day, came around and was kind of a girl's girl and came to you with
totally.
it.
It's never too late to do the right thing.
It isn't. No.
Yeah.
No.
So that isn't. Who knows why she did in the first place. And obviously that was not a good thing to do. But yeah, that is really nice that she ended up telling her.
And it's such a power move that you literally just grabbed your shit and left and never said a word to him. I'm so proud of you for that. That's super hard because you want like to freak out and I don't know, get the last word or whatever. But like silence is also super powerful, and saying nothing a lot of times says everything. So
and knowing that it was time to walk away immediately, that's actually huge props.
Yeah. Didn't even like want to listen to any explanation or hear anything from him.
Yeah.
Like, you go, girl. Honestly.
Holy shit. Yeah. Especially after that long.
That's not what I did. So super fucking proud of you.
You can recover after things like that, but like you clearly knew that this was not your person and this is not good. This is not it.
Yeah. You know your worth. So you're going to be just fine.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You're going to be just fucking fine.
Yay. You're in the right place. It's going to get so much better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yay. Thank you for sharing, Crystal.
Yeah. Love ya. Thanks for being here and listening.
Yay. Okay. I yapped a shit ton, Polonius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what else is new? Yeah.
You're in the stable relationship now.
Yeah.
You have stuff to yap about too.
Sure. I have stuff to yap about, but I'll yap next time. Next time that Megan and I do a solo episode, I have multiple wolf updates to share. I don't know if I'll do all of them next episode or if I'll like sprinkle them in, but they're like big ones. They're really good. So I'm excited to talk about those, and we'll do that next time. And then next week we have our really awesome guest coming on. We're doing a virtual interview with a girl that has a big following, and you'll see why.
Yeah.
We're really excited to have her on and hear more of her story. And don't forget, if you haven't just quickly gone and rated our podcast yet and given us 5 stars, please do so, because we do want to be like recommended on Apple and Spotify. And I don't know, just like get in front of people that need to hear these stories.
It
and
helps our algorithm
build
for sure.
our community and then help us quit our corporate jobs so we can do more of this and get a Patreon and get on YouTube and do all the things that we want to do. So
live shows one day. My God.
Oh my God, please.
It's gonna happen.
Like just it takes 2 seconds. If you haven't gone and given us a rating, please go do it. It really helps. And don't forget to follow us, especially on Instagram, because that's where we're most active at the.traumedy.show. But we're also on TikTok too, and we're gonna get better.
We're gonna get better.
We're gonna do better there. But yeah, I think that's it. We love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.